Welcome to our chair yoga practice today. Welcome to our Friday chair yogis, our YWCA Hunter members, and all of our encore ladies. So wonderful to have you join me again for another practice. Today's practice we are going to focus on just balance. So we will be doing a lot of our postures standing, like beside our chair, behind our chair, and just using our chair as a prop. So remembering with any of our practices, the most important thing is if you feel any discomfort, please stop, come back to whatever is comfortable for you. It's not about pain. We just really want you to push to to your barrier. You know your body better than anybody does. So to start our practice of getting comfortable in our chair, our feet nice and grounded onto the floor, like all points at all the toes and really just grounded into the ground. Our knees above our ankles, our knees about 2 fist widths apart, in line with our hips, engaging our core, so our belly button to the spine, relaxing our shoulders down, and bringing the chin just slightly into the chest, not having a turtleneck, so just bringing it in, and the crown of the head to the ceiling. So now just breathing in through our nostril, and if you can, out through the nostril as well. And just slowing our bodies down and trying to extend the length of that breath. We're just going to slowly bring an inhale, and on the exhale, hands down, and just making this a beautiful, slow, rhythmic movement, just warming our bodies up. Just this movement in rhythm with your breath. And one more. Now bringing our arms overhead, inhaling and then exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. Couple more of these. And keeping that breath in rhythm with our movement. Our next inhale, keep our arm overhead, pulling our palms together if we can. Dropping those shoulders down, and on the inhale we reach up, and on the exhale over to one side. Inhaling, and then we exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. And if that is too much, just keeping your arms down on your shoulders. If you can, just extending it. And then one more on our other side. And then coming back. And bringing our hands onto our shoulders, dropping those shoulders down, realigning that core. And big circles. And then in the opposite direction, maintaining that breath and that movement with our breath. we'll just warm up our legs and just some nice, because you might need to move forward in the chair here. So we're just going to do some nice circles. If there's creaking, that's quite okay. And now in our opposite direction. Just our movement is so important to us. And now our other leg. Maintaining that breath. Slow rhythmic movements. Trying to keep our core nice and engaged. And then in the opposite direction. Now we'll just on our feet, we're just going to heel and toe, just warming up those ankles. And then just some rotations. Now our balance practice today is so important as we age. It's all about stability and core. So last thing we want to do is not have the stability to, if we have any falls, it's trying to minimise all of our risks. So very important, really working on our balance and stability. And now just give those toes a nice big wiggle. And when you're ready, coming up next to your chair, or actually we'll start behind our chairs. So just getting our stance, so we've been doing our seated mountain pose, so we make sure we're getting to our standing mountain pose, so feet nice and grounded, a slight micro bend in your knees, so don't lock those knees out, a little bit of our micro bend, our belly button to our spine, keeping our core nice and strong, dropping those shoulders, feet facing forwards, crown of the head to the ceiling and our chin slightly tucked. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then on the inhale, we're going to come up to our toes and exhale onto our heels. Inhale onto our toes, exhaling onto our heels, inhaling, warming up our legs, engaging those legs, keeping that core nice and engaged. Crown of the head to the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe. Nice, gentle, rhythmic movements here with our breath. And on our next toes, we're going to actually stay here with our toes. And if this is where this is comfortable for you, and really engage those legs, engaging that core, crown of the head, being nice and tall and proud. And if you can, bringing up your hands into prayer. If not, just hanging onto the chair is fine. Let's just see how stable we are today. Just keeping those legs nice and engaged. That really helps with that stability. Just take a couple of breaths here. This can be quite a demanding pose. Really engage those legs. And then one more breath. And when you're ready, just let it all go. Give those legs a bit of a shake. And our next pose, you can do with our chair in front of us. And what we'll be doing is just lifting one arm and the opposite leg. Same leg. And then bringing that down. One arm and bringing that down. Up, down, up, down. I'll do this from here. And just trying to keep it, if it's too much with the arm, just try and do the legs or just the arms. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. But if we can do both, just taking it to wherever is comfortable for you. One more on each side. Now we'll do just giving the body a bit of a wiggle there. Coming back into our mountain pose, and we'll be standing side onto our chair. Again, our feet hip distance apart. Micro bend in our knees, engaging the core. And those shoulders down. Crown of the head to the ceiling and chucking our chin, and just our standing mountain pose. Now hanging on to or grabbing on hold of your chair, so whatever is comfortable for you, we're going to do our tree pose. So our tree pose, we can start off at this position. It's really important. It's about trying to bring those knees out to the side, not standing over to the side, keeping those hips facing forward. Just trying to open up that knee, so to wherever is comfortable for you. Really engaging that leg that is closest to the chair. Now we can bring our right leg and just bringing the heel just above our ankle. We can either bring it onto our calf muscle, or if that's available to you, bringing it up just below the groin. Making sure that you do not put your foot on your knee at all, and hanging onto the chair. And if you can, bringing one arm up, really engaging that leg that is closest to the chair. And if you can, bringing both arms up, keeping that core nice and engaged, dropping those shoulders. That's too much for you, hanging onto the chair is fine. Bringing it down to your shin, whatever works for you. Just keep that, it's all about practicing balance, keeping the core nice and engaged. Taking a couple of breaths here. More breath, and when you're ready, dropping those arms, dropping the leg, and just giving the body a bit of a loosen up. These poses can be a bit more demanding than people think, so remember, just stay with whatever you're feeling comfortable with, and if at any time you need to sit down, make sure you do. And again, let's do the other leg. Really important that we balance our body. So again, getting into our mountain pose. Feet really grounded, really engage the leg that's closest to the chair. And then with the other leg, keeping our hips facing nice and forward, bringing that knee out to the side, either onto our shin or onto our calf, or if it is available to you, up higher. Engaging that core, and one arm at a time, or one arm or both, whatever is available for you today. And every day is different. Some days we've got great balance, other days we don't. Most important is that we do practice some of these poses to just improve our overall balance, and as I mentioned earlier, our stability as we age. Something we do need to continue to work on and minimise our risks of falling, of any falls. Bringing it down, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just taking a couple more breaths here. It's really engaging the core and engaging that grounded leg. is what makes all the difference. And when you're ready, just release the leg, release the arm, and just give our body an overall shake. Okay, our next pose we can either do with the chair, the back of the chair, or it's available to you even this part of the chair. So whatever you feel comfortable with today. What we might do is just pop that into a downward dog. And again, just stepping back, keeping our feet hip distance apart, bending, bending those knees, pushing our buttocks back towards the wall or the opposite wall, pushing back out, lengthening those arms and keeping the head in line with those arms. This is just a nice pose, just a nice overall stretch. And a couple of breaths here. And when you're ready, engaging the core and coming back up. And now we're just going to take a step back with our left leg, keeping our hips nice, hip width apart like railway tracks. The back foot pointing out onto a 45-degree angle, keeping our hips facing forward and either just hanging on to the back of our chair here if that's what's comfortable for you. But if you can let go, just go into our warrior pose, but ensuring that our knee stays over our ankle and don't push it out too far. You might need to adjust your chair here a bit. And we're just doing our warrior pose. And a couple of breaths here. If it's too much with the arms, you can either keep them on your hips or, as I mentioned, I'll keep them on the chair. When you're ready, stepping forward into our mountain pose. And we'll step back with the other leg, keeping our feet hip distance apart like railway tracks, and the back foot pointing out on a 45-degree angle, leaning into that front leg with the knee over the ankle, hanging on over to the back of the chair or on your hips, or if you can, arms up. Try and keep the shoulders above the hips, dropping those shoulder blades down, not having your shoulders up around your ears, just really dropping them down, engaging that core. Really beautiful, stable pose here. Great for our stability, grounding down into the feet, really pushing into the ground. And a couple of more breaths here. Inhale, and on the exhale, coming out of that pose. And we'll do one more pose. The neck will require a bit of balance and a bit of stability. So what we'll do is bringing one hand out and then the opposite leg, if this is available to you. If that's too much hanging on, this might be as far as you go, engaging that core, keeping the back nice and straight, that grounded leg, knee over the ankle, and then lifting up. And if you can, opposite arm, opposite leg. You're down this way, and opposite arm, opposite leg. And it might just be the leg, that's where you're comfortable. Keeping those hips down onto the ground, not rounding them up, bringing them down. grounding into that leg on the ground. One more breath here. And then letting that go. Engaging the core and coming up. Now we do need to do the other side. So again, coming in to whatever is comfortable for you, the higher or the lower. Bringing the arm out and then the opposite leg. Remembering, keeping those hips pointing down to the ground, really grounding that, engaging that leg that's grounded, really pushing out with the leg that's lifted, reaching with the arm that's out, keeping that core nice and engaged, looking just in front of you. Nice straight line. And a couple of more breaths. Keeping that core nice and engaged. And then letting that all go. And then coming back. Just giving our body a bit of a wiggle. It's been pretty intense, those stability poses. What we do is come back to our seated mountain. And we just take some breaths. Big inhale. And let's just do a big exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And our last really big loud. Exhale. And then we'll just do a forward fold here and just a bit of relax, whether you want your legs either wide or closer in, whatever you feel comfortable today. Keeping really sturdy on our chair, engaging our core, dropping those shoulders, and then just slowly release down, just gradually, whatever's comfortable. If you need to just putting your forearms on your legs, just dropping that head if that's okay for you. If you've got high blood pressure, it's really important not to do that. And just sinking into this pose. Slowing that breath down. And sinking deeper into this pose. Just taking a couple of breaths here to slow the body down after that practice. When you're ready, just coming up gradually, one vertebrae at a time. And just rolling those shoulders. And we might finish off with a couple of cat-cows. So, inhale, expanding our chest, looking up to the ceiling. Exhaling, rounding that back, tilting that pelvis forward, bringing those hands forward. Inhaling, bringing our shoulder blades together, and exhaling. Inhaling, and exhaling. Do a couple more of these in your own time. Coming back to our seated mountain pose. And we'll just finish off with a nice twist. So let's just we can bring our knees over, one leg over the other. Just bringing our left hand over our right knee. And just hanging onto the back of the chair if you need that. Really keeping that core nice and engaged, crown of the head to the ceiling. Really on the inhale, extend the crown, and on the exhale, just release the side a little bit more. If you can't look over your shoulder, that's okay. Come to wherever is comfortable for you. One more back on this side. And we release that. And we'll do that on the opposite leg. So, left knee over right leg, right arm over left knee, whatever's fine you feel comfortable doing. Hanging onto the back of the chair, elbows onto the back of the chair. Inhale, engaging that core, extending the crown of the head to the ceiling. And on the exhale, just a slight twist. Please remember not to feel any discomfort here. Try to really extend on the inhale. And just soften into this on the exhale. One more breath. And then just releasing that body. Now coming back again to our mountain pose. Just taking a few moments to settle our body back. And be grateful to it for what it has been able to do, or let's thank our body for what it has done today. Just bringing our focus back to our natural breath. And just allowing a few moments just to relax the body, either with your eyes downcast or closed. And just focusing on our breath. If our mind wanders, that's okay. Just let it go and bringing that focus back to our breath. And if you're ready, opening up your eyes, hands together in prayer. From my heart to yours, namaste. Enjoy your day and thank you for joining.